Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to 60 Minutes with Femi and Remi this Tuesday afternoon. How is your week going? And compliments of the season to all our listeners out there. I'm at Remi Davis, and
I'm Adetomi Davis.
yes, so today we are supposed to have Woli Aroli, that's Tony Bariko, as our guest, but is currently on his way. I guess he got caught up in some other activities, but he's definitely on his way. We were in communication and we're still expecting him at the studio. However, in the meantime, while we're waiting for him, we just feel we can also spend the time sharing and just discussing some other issues. And we actually have someone here with us in the studio. He's a fresh, he just concluded his National Youth Service, so he's like a fresh, I would call him a fresh graduate, but fresh for the market. But just like he's a proactive young man, and he's into photography and videography as well, and he's also just starting his own career in that field, and also some other things. He's also into craft, frames and all that. So we thought, okay, come, let's have a chat with you, but I'll let him introduce himself. Welcome to Miracle, welcome to 60 Minutes with Femi and Remi. Can we meet you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Blurring Nigeria.
Okay.
So I studied agricultural and biosystems engineering. So I graduated 2023, just last year.
So why did you deviate from agriculture and biosynthesis to filmmaking?
Well, actually, I didn't really deviate because I've been in the industry for years, but then I don't have the opportunity to showcase myself yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but then I've been into frame making since when I was very little, primary 4, let's say.
So why didn't you go to, weird question, why didn't you go to school to study something related to that?
Well, I felt it's just what I have passion for.
Okay.
I have passion for, initially I didn't have passion for photography. Because I started developing interest in photography, like the story was just quite very, like, should I say, interesting, or I don't know how to put it. Because I started with filmmaking, all these olden days filmmaking, when I was very little.
Okay.
Because my mom was like, okay, you can do this. You are too stubborn to stay in the house, just go somewhere after school. So okay, when I was very little, I do attend the workshop. So where I learned
As an apprentice.
Yeah. So growing up, I felt like, okay, wow, this is film. We didn't do photography then. There was no photography. So from school back to work, from school back to work.
Okay.
So then later, okay, when I completed my JSSC examination, so I was like, this film thing is actually kind of tiring, and it's going to, like, should I say, be an old school thing very soon. Let me just, like, further up. So I had to tell my mom that, okay, I want to level up my frame skill and lamination. They call it lamination then, I don't know.
Okay.
So I want to develop it. So she was like, okay, good. I have someone in my church, and you can learn from him, as Samuel photography. So I went there. I went there as a filmmaker to learn framing and all that. So in getting there, I was supposed to learn photography. I was like, wow, this is a very big opportunity for me to learn what I didn't pay for. So when I acquired the skill, I was putting it to practice, but not really. But then after, let me say, during my NYSC period, and when I was in school, I didn't really do it. But during my NYSC period, I figured that after NYSC, bro, you were left alone. So you have to have something doing aside from your frame art. So I ventured into photography, lifestyle photography, cinematography, and a lot of photography to say. So that's why I think I'm here, and I'm trying as much as possible to like be the best someday. You know?
So do you have mentors in the industry? Maybe mentors in Nigeria, mentors outside Nigeria?
Oh, well, let me say my first mentor is going to be God. Yeah, that's my first mentor. I know, but I'm coming to that. And I also have physical mentors. That's my boss, where I learned from.
Okay.
Sam Love Studio. So Kelechi Amadi, Nora. I have my own boss, HO3D. Yeah, I look up to him so much. So I have one, so I look up to him too. So I think those are my mentors as of now.
That's cool. So, do you think that if you have an opportunity, maybe to do something with your degree, maybe a job employment comes, or are you pursuing that as well alongside pursuing your photography career? Or for you, you are like, oh, that's just that degree is under my box, and I'm just going all in for photography and cinematography.
Thank you so much for that question, Mr. Remi. Actually, this question, I think, let me say a few, okay, I finished my NYC October 31st this year. And I was like, I wrote it in my jotter, I was like, what do you really want to do? Do you want to venture into, I asked myself, I said, what do you want to do to break financial freedom? I asked myself and I was like, okay, is it a 9 to 5 job? Is it cinematography? Is it photography? So, but truth to be told, I would actually have chosen from those three. I would have chosen cinematography and photography because I see a lot of future in it. But the only reason why I feel like, okay, I'm still contemplating is because of one thing, and that reason is because I am currently financially handicapped to get a lot of stores, a lot of equipment, a lot of gadgets to keep moving in the business. But I'm still trying as soon as possible to still be in business. So then I feel like, okay, if I should get a job, okay, probably because I have actually been opting in for graduate trainees that pays, and probably I just save up and get some equipment, and I feel like, okay, yeah, I think now I can achieve my dream with this little capital I have saved up. I think that would be very, very good. So I won't see myself as a 9 to 5 person. So yeah,
I think that's interesting. And the only problem with stuff is that maybe we may have people listening out there and we just want to learn something. You're about to say Omodigon Agbagon ni Afidani, and which means that there's wisdom and knowledge everywhere, both the young and old. So I feel like that is something to learn from the fact that you are not waiting to say, okay, maybe I need to until this dream comes true by maybe anyhow. Maybe I have to wait for my parents. I'm waiting for. So you feel like you have a direction that okay, well, this passion is what I love, is what I want to, is my dream or my main goal for a career. It's okay to temporarily go into get a job and get something that can actually just keep you making some money so that you can actually save up to get that dream career that you want. And I think it's laudable because it is very laudable.
It is. After all, there are so many proponents of this school of thought right now, and I think it should actually be the way to go. The only sad thing is, and maybe this is particular to Nigeria, is that are unpredictable. And for most people, unfortunately, salary does not go up when the price of goods and services go up. It's so sad. And so, say for example, your paycheck is 200 grand in Nigeria, and you're thinking, okay, if I work here for 3 years, I should be able to save up for camera, street light, umbrella, maybe pay rent of a space for a year. And you realize that your 200,000 naira will become less powerful by the second year. Unfortunately, the prices of those things would have skyrocketed. So it's you're going about it the right way, and it's wonderful. But I just don't know if we can meet up. Right? Even for we that have been in industry for well over a decade, I still wonder when I look at the astronomical prices of goods when we started and the amount we were charging. Unfortunately, some of those goods right now cost 6 times more, 7 times more. But we can't increase. We can't
our rates.
Yeah, our rates can go up 7 times more, and it's sad. So day after day, you find out that entrepreneurs are managing to just stay afloat. Many of them are not really thriving. It's just that the fear many of us have for even maybe starting over is just that we're hoping that maybe someday a miracle is going to happen that will balance everything out.
Now, what's your position of your parents? Because this is a major situation everybody faces. I mean, your parents, they probably sponsored your education, you've gone to the university, and then you come and say, oh, I'm not studying this course. I'm not really about this course again, or this is what I want to do. Or then you have to probably pay for another, you're telling me to come and pay for equipment, pay for training, pay for this and that. But what's your experience in that aspect, in terms of your family and friends that were there for you going through the university, but now you're saying, okay, I want to navigate into this field. What's their position now? How are they taking it? Are they supportive, or do you experience any restrictions?
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, to start with, my family is actually a very supportive family, even though they are financially handicapped. But then they will always go with me, go with my flow, anything I want to do, they always support me. They will try as much as possible to make sure I achieve that. But then I can't just force them to bring out what they don't have. Yeah, so okay, sadly, my dad is late. So I lost my dad when I was 3 months. So I actually don't know him, but then I was raised by a single mother. Yeah, so just my mom. 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. So I from time I've actually been this kind of, let me say, independent guy. So even when I was in my secondary school, I attended a public secondary school. So where our school fee is just like token, and I've been earning my token since very tender age, because I could remember vividly then. I think when I was 17, 18, I earned my first 100K. I was like, God, this money.
From the framing.
Yes, exactly. I could remember vividly. That was when I was 17 years old. I earned it legitimately. My first 100K, I was like, wow. But then, what I'm trying to say is that she really couldn't afford everything I want. So I can't tell her I want this because I know that she doesn't have. Yeah. There was a time in school I used to feel bad where some people would hike the price of their school fee. They would be like, hello dad, hello mom, we have to pay 300 kids. I'll be like, even this they say I pay, I never pay them. But then it's not for me to my parents.
If it's selling consolation, I think that's the story with maybe 95% of consolation. So there's nothing to.
But I'm just more particular about the fact that
the moral support,
which I mean you mentioned,
he knows that is what I want. There was even a time I was dancing. She was like, engineering and do. But then she actually thinks if it is what you find joy and you derive happiness in, why not? You can do it. So
That's amazing. And I think even from the fact that she's been, she was probably even instrumental to your learning of the framing arts and all that, the craft of the framing craft. So that shows the kind of parent that she is, and I feel it's what a lot of people need, because it's not. Some people, even if you have your money, some parents will just be like, I don't recognize this kind of thing. What is photography? This, that. Go and face your, go to get a job, and you just keep pushing, and for at least the support is a lot. And so how are you now? NYC days, Nigeria has always been, this progressive. I don't know. I don't want to say negative progressive. I don't want to use that word, but it's been going from one level to another, and every generation has a lot to say. Like, in our own time. Now, in our own time, there were still had opportunities, but we also feel like you guys have also come into this, and you've also seen how Nigeria, how Nigeria is, and from your own experience, what are the prospects for a young graduate, especially you that even have big lofty dreams of getting a job, saving up money for your photography career, to get your gadgets and to set yourself up? How is Nigeria treating you?
That's a very good question, actually. Well, the thing is, Nigeria has been very.
Talking about navigating that, I've been in business for 23 years, and I still don't understand the dynamics of this country. And I think when Dangote was about launching a refinery, I watched a couple of videos. He's probably my biggest mentor out there, and I'm always watching him, learning about him, just to see, okay, if this guy can thrive in this economy, maybe there's hope for me. But I know that he also said if he knew the challenges he was going to face when he started the refinery project, he wouldn't have undertaken it.
Wow.
And I think that's the problem with this country. Right? You never know what to expect. It's sad. We're patriotic Nigerians, and we're quite passionate about. That's why we're still here. That's why some of us are not even. When Japa was even way cheaper, right? We stayed, and we were stubborn about staying and thriving. But it's sad that Nigeria can puncture dreams. It's sad that Nigeria can puncture aspirations. But all the same, I still want to encourage everyone out there that there are still so many people out here who are doing really good in this country. Just stay true to it. Stay true to what you do, and if you could make 100,000 at 17, 18, I think there's hope. And just before I forget, I don't think frame art is going to be obsolete. Alright, it may not be as preponderant as it is presently, but there will always be a demand for it. Just like old cars, for example. For example, there is a Ferrari 250 GTO that will probably cost you about the same price as 1,000 brand new Mercedes S-classes. Alright, it's an old car. Alright, old car, old tech, old technology. Probably doesn't even have a radio, and yet somebody out there is looking for it. So that's the most expensive car right now in the world is the Mercedes 300 SL that was built, I think, in 1939. Somebody wants to buy a 1939-year-old car for over $100 million. You get so it's your responsibility to just get creative about any heart in which you find. You look at Nigeria, for example. All right, yeah, maybe the Gen Zs will not wear it, but there are still people who are wearing Kembe right now, who are bringing out old tech, old fashion. So I think the responsibility on you right now as a creative is just to find a way to keep up with the trend.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I want to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at the time we started all this framing stuff, framing everything. Like I don't know if you come across this frame. Like it's not actually frame. It's called lamination.
Yeah, those
wooden ones, those canvas ones.
Yeah.
There is nobody doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Only if you go to the north.
Yeah.
You can't find it in.
But I think what the concept of of any craft is, even if there will always be new ways. Even photography, for instance, there was a hair.
Just have to keep upgrading.
Exactly, that trained photography, with analog cameras.
Yeah.
When the digital cameras came, they had to upgrade, and many of them are still very much relevant now. They are still working, So there is no, it's not something that will become obsolete. The fact that it's just that there will be new ways of doing it, new styles, new designs, new concepts, and you just make sure that if you are busy, if you are in that craft, then you have to keep on. Everything is like that. Even the way building, for instance, the kind of roofing sheets that people, or the kind of roofing that they used in some years ago is different from what. And the fact that everybody's using Gerard now doesn't mean that in the next 20 years
something new will come up. Exactly.
And those ones too also. But people in that business always definitely pick up the new concept, the new ideas that come, and so they stay in business.
That's true. That's true.
And I think you also it's a multiple. It's a plus for you as a photographer, because photographers, our dream or our desire is to see our work come alive. So definitely by the time you even go fully into your photography, it will be much easier for you, to bring your work alive. As a frame artist, you can always bring your works, frame your works and have your prints sold. So that makes it even an added advantage for you as a photographer. Now, photography. So what's your journey? What's your key area of interest in photography?
Well, actually, I think I said it earlier before. I actually have a lot of interest in lifestyle photography. Nightlife photography. And lifestyle cinematography. That's just like my major interest.
Okay.
Then any can come here.
I understand. And you all have interest, but everything we can take jobs that is with the same skill.
Shoot burial, shoots, wedding, new ceremony. Yeah.
Okay. So
but I just find like joy in
your personal expression. Yeah.
Lifestyle,
and
tourism.
Yeah, that's true. Let's talk about that. You've been working on a lot of that in recent times, and trying to use your photography to project the tourism aspect of your state, and even beyond your state. I think you guys have gone there for a while. So, do you intend to have a blog for that, or what are your plans for that? Apart from, because I feel like it's not enough to just take pictures and just keep them on your phone or on your drive or something. The purpose of it is to show people, give people something to consume. Our work is audience based.
Yeah, sure.
There has to be an audience to consume your work. So how do you intend to? What are your aspirations for that?
Okay, speaking of tourism, that was a lot of storytelling. Yeah, as I said, I love more lifestyle and
that's
showing every. I feel like the best way to showcase yourself now is like online. Online. There was a time I was always scared of posting my job. I'll be like, is it really gonna worth it?
Is it good enough?
Yes, it's good enough. But now
so many creators.
but now I don't care. Anything I do, that's my style. That's the way I want it to be. So I post it. I've traveled. Okay, even though I think I've been to tourism based. I've been to Ikogusi. I've been to Ikogusi twice. Tourism, like we have a tourism board. King's End. So I do travel. It's personal photographer and cinematographer.
Okay.
So we travel to Ikogusi. So I have it's on my Instagram. Most of videos and pictures are on Instagram. Ikogusi. We've been to Eronjesha. We've been to Oshoshobo, like all the likes. we've been to recently we've been to Badagry. So I have all the documents on my Instagram. So I make sure I post them on my Instagram. And I feel lately posting those stuff on my Instagram, even though my Instagram is still small, but the engagement is getting higher. I checked my dashboard. Was it today? And I was like, I saw 1K5 people like checked your. I was like, wow, that's impressive. Before I actually don't have up to like 100. I just like it's just the day. Just go on Instagram. I think there is more to do on Instagram than being other things and laugh. Today, like a friend of mine is like before you could comment what you do, because it's actually into this, he's a fashionista, is into this creative stuff. Before you could comment what you do, like online, like videography wise, cinematography wise, it's gonna be a long while. It was like today. I posted a picture, a video. I compiled today. I don't know, like because we had a trip recently, just last week, Oyolawa. So I posted the video review and all. It was like, wow, I love what you posted. The everything, tell you the recap, everything was on point and check. And I was like, wow, I was impressed. So I feel I love tourism. So and any job, anything I do online, I'm this more of a social person. So that's it. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's very important, because it's not enough to just keep your work on your phone and just enjoy it for yourself. I think the purpose of creating work is to showcase it, and you want audience to see it. And yes, I mean these platforms are currently, the tools that we have right now, Instagram, TikTok, yeah. So it's good to make the best of it. And as you said, I think that people, these are things that people want to see. So the more you put this work out there, you'll probably be surprised at how, how people are interested in it, and it's just getting you the engagements. Just as you said, you observe that you've gotten more interactions on your page or over in the past few days. So I think you should just do more of that. You should do more of that. Yeah. Now, I was going to ask that, because I'm a believer of the concept of start where you are. Start where you are. Don't wait for everything to be in place, because that's the direction a lot of people think through. I need okay, I want to go in photography. I have to be able to wait till I can buy a camera, buy this kind of lens, buy these, and make sure I have this. Oh yes, I must have this kind of a studio and all that. And just before you know, you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. That time may really never come. Yeah. So I really believe in just start from wherever you are right now, and humble beginnings. Start small. You don't need to wait for everything to be in place. Start small. And in line with that, so I was going to ask you, what are the ways you think? Because I know we started this conversation with the fact that these are your aspirations, but the equipment is a major challenge. Getting the tools, getting the equipment, you need a major challenge. And I just I've been wondering, I said, okay, I'm going to ask you, are there ways that you think you can start? Because I know you've started already. I won't say you have started already. But do you think there are ways you can just keep going about this, even while you are still waiting to get your own, or desiring to get your own equipment? Because we have people, there are a lot of young people out there who also have this passion. Some are even also taking courses online, going for training, but they don't their mindset is that if there is no tools, there's nothing I can do. Or if I don't have this in place, there's nothing I can do. And they're just there waiting and time is going. Do you think there are other ways you think, that you can actually keep pursuing what especially while you are waiting for things to be in place? So that you're not just going to, because I believe time is also essential. You don't want to just wait on your career for years and you're not moving forward. How are you going? How do you intend to navigate that?
Thank you. Thank you. Very good question. Well, actually, right from time, like, okay, currently now, let me say, I don't have a camera. Yeah, I don't have a camera.
Okay.
But then, no one knows I don't have a camera. Yeah. Because I want to be in business. I don't want to move away, you know. I should go. There was a time I used to feel like, oh no, I don't want to rent, I don't want to borrow people's equipment because I don't want to start now because I don't want to borrow people's equipment. Because when I borrow it, how will you feel? But probably I spoil your equipment, your gadgets. How will you feel? Or maybe because our photography job is actually very funny in a way. A client won't tell you they have events today. So they will tell you, they won't tell you they have events like weeks before. They won't tell you, but just text you, hello, what's up? Are you up for a gig tomorrow? And I don't have my own camera. I'll be like, God, how will I get this camera? And it's not very easy for me to go rent and like that with that little time spacing. It's not very easy for me. Or imagine I have there was a time I had a naming ceremony at like the man texted me midnight, the night before. I was like, this is the hours I should come shoot the naming ceremony at his house very early in the morning, 7 o'clock. I was like, thank glory to God, I have this person's camera I use in my church. Yeah, I met him in my church in Ibadan. Glory to God. So I use it often, like I need it. So I was like, thank God the camera is with me. If this was not with me, imagine me asking him, hello boss, please end your camera. So before I used to feel like this thing can work. I don't want anybody to embarrass me. But now I don't care about embarrassment. I will tell you this is gonna work. If it's gonna work, please borrow me. And if it's not gonna work, I will look for another solution. And if it's not gonna work too, I will tell my clients. Sorry, but it's actually very, very disappointing. But then I feel you shouldn't wait until you have it all. Some people have it all and they are not even doing anything. But truth be told, most of my videos currently I post now online are from my phone. I make use of my phone. I use a very small iPhone, but then I make use of my phones and my photography skills. I blend it up when I get equipment. When I have equipment, if I have a job, I borrow or I rent. It's not available. Even I used to pray that God, this person's camera I'm using. I pray you don't have flash. So if I have a job, like I have to go tell him, like, sir, please, sir, I hope you don't have a job. I hope you don't have a gig. And glory to God, I shoot most of his jobs too. So if you have any events, I shoot most of them. So it's actually very easy for me. So the camera stays with me, even though it's not mine. But then I think so. But the main thing is, don't wait until you have it all. Just keep trying. And thank God I have a place to borrow. Alpha, but even if it's money. And that's why I'm so particular about not doing a lot of free jobs anymore. Somebody reached out to me like sometimes ago, was like, boss, we need you to do a voluntary job for us. So the first question I asked the person was that, is the event ticketed? He said yes. So if it's ticketed, you don't expect me to come do a voluntary job. It is not like charity work. You just do a voluntary job. No. And it's not church. So
they are getting paid.
Yeah. So you are selling your tickets, you are selling your tickets for your events. Because I do more of lifestyle, nice life photography. So you are getting paid. So you don't expect them to come and I will transport my own money. Imagine I don't have a camera at the moment. I will still have to rent. No. I don't know what you want to give. I'm sorry.
Well, that's very nice because these days one of the things that we need to emphasize is how people can achieve things like this. For instance, I mean, you mentioned the fact that there's someone you work with, and because you work with him, that gives you access to his camera, and then you're able to make the best of that whenever you are. Now that talks about networking, relationship, being intentional about how you maintain relationships with people, and so that you're not you're not if there's a way, there are things you can do that you just disappoint the person and you won't be able to have that kind of access. You know, you won't have that kind of access to his equipment, to his, to his knowledge. So I think that it's very nice to know that you value these things, and we are also profiling that as a workaround, for people out there, every listener, you think, oh, how can I start? There are a lot of things you can do. There are people you can reach out to. There are collaborations. There are even to create projects. There are collaborations that you can involve yourself in. Work with people. Work with the brand. Just work with colleagues. People that you guys are in the same. Are both trying to break your ground together, and you'll be surprised that when you do that, you will be able to at least keep creating, keep achieving certain things.
Yeah, sure.
And you're just waiting, because that's very important right now. Just like I said, there are people, I'm not going to borrow this, but is a lot of that is from many people, that is even from a sense of from a pride angle.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But a lot of people from a pride angle, like, no, I'm not going to. But if you keep going like that, you are shortchanging yourself.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that you can achieve with building, being intentional about the kind of relationship you build, and being open, being humble. To understand that, okay, if I don't have yet, I can work with somebody's own. And then, having the right mindset, or even how to use these things. The fact that it's not yours doesn't mean that you should just use it anyhow, or destroy it, or be careless with it. You must also understand that, okay, this privilege has been given to me. I must make the best of it. I must put it into good use and not disappoint this person, and that is also very, very, very important.
My question now is, where do you picture yourself in 10 years?
Oh, yeah, that was a very good question. Well, with God, all things are possible. I see myself evolving around the world.
Okay.
In my field. Not agriculture, about the photography and cinematography field.
Okay.
I mean, by God's grace, I've been naturally going and then God's sparing our lives, and I'll break barriers. Yeah, I don't have it yet, but I know it's coming soon. I don't know how soon, but very soon. So I believe in God, that God would answer my prayers. It might not even be in a way I expect. So it might be through jobs, it might be through man, it might be anyway, and it might be through myself. Yeah. So
okay, that's really nice. How do you leverage on? Do you have maybe people that you work with, collaborate with, people that you guys are growing together, and that you also look up to or learn from?
yeah, because actually, in Ibadan currently, it's quite so sad that I have few people that I work with. If I was to be in Ilorin, that's my comfort zone. I have a lot of people. But currently in Ibadan, I have just few people. I have my church to start with, and Mr. Femi, and also Ayawaro, Happiness Photography. I think those are the people I like.
Constantly roll with,
those are the people I roll with in Ibadan.
So was it service that brought you to Ibadan?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I came to serve Ibadan.
And now, what's the plan now after service?
Well, I feel like currently I want to stay in Ibadan, because as I said, I stay with my brother, so I don't care after. Before I was like, when I get to Ibadan, I'll rent my own house, bro. Nobody. But then I feel like it's a cool place I can stay because thinking about my job, like my job, it's very easy for me to navigate between Lagos and Ilorin and Akure. Most of my clients are in Ilorin and Lagos, so it's very easy. If I don't even know I'm not in Lagos, hey bro, what's up? How far? Okay, I'll go show. I don't reach Lagos. I'm from Ibadan. What's up? Ilorin? I don't reach Ilorin from Ibadan. I covered 3 events recently in Lagos, and I'm still going this December again for events. I did also in November, Ilorin. So it's actually very easy for me. So right now, I'm in Ibadan.
So you feel Ibadan is
very
accessible to
Abeokuta, Lagos, Ilorin. Even though Ilorin is a bit far, at least it's understandable.
All right, that's beautiful. It's been very interesting, having this conversation with you. And we can only wish you the best, in this, and just keep the fire going, keep the drive, keep the energy, and don't stop believing. Impossible is nothing. As you said, God is able to make all this happen, even beyond your own wildest imagination, where you're not really expecting from. And then the opportunity makes the prepared. So the moment it meets you because you are in that space. So just keep at it. And we wish you the best. I said, what's your Instagram handle in case you want to check you out?
Instagram, BM the photographer. So I have a lot of my works there. Thank you very much.
Okay, so
photographer, no underscore, no BM the photographer.
Well, sadly, that's Toyi Bible couldn't make it down to the studio before the end of the show. We hope that we can reschedule or perhaps just have a recorded session and we can hear that next week. We're sorry about that. We apologize to our audience for that. However, it's been an incredible time with Miracle, BM the photographer. So
this has been 60 minutes with you,